even though you might think that the Chinese would like to crack down on Bitcoin, maybe actually they want Bitcoin to gain acceptance as a way of actually eroding the US dollar's dominance within the existing reserve currency status.
I would take it one further. I think there are significantly politically powerful elements in the US that want the same thing. And up to and including the US Defense Department, or elements of the US Defense Department and national security intelligence apparatus. And the reason I say that is the dollar system as it is currently structured, and I'm going to be blunt here because you have to be blunt, is there is a growing realization amongst defense and security apparatus and even in US corporations that the way the currency system now works, this post-$71 system, because of how big China's gotten, this system now amounts to the Chinese using the Eurodollar system to borrow dollars, lend the dollars at a spread around the world to buy and control finite hard assets, increases their geopolitical power, increases their economic clout. Yes, they are short dollars, but only to the extent that there is a spread on the loan, and they're lending it against hard asset collateral. So if the weaker emerging markets they're lending dollars to defaults because the dollar gets strong, they end up with the hard asset, which is all they wanted anyway, which further increased their clout. What's more is, and it's crazy, is because there is this dogma around the Eurodollar system and the post-$71 system must be defended at all costs in certain circles, and this is sort of what Mike alludes to, it must be defended at all costs. Whenever the dollar squeeze gets too painful, because China's now so big, because emerging markets are now so big, the Fed comes in and effectively bails out China every time the dollar gets too strong. We saw it last March. So now you've got a Fed-backed Chinese takeover of global economies, increasing their geopolitical power. And the cherry on top of this whole incredible sundae of dogma I don't understand is that the US military defends the whole trade lanes of the whole arrangement. So you've got the US military providing protection for the trade lanes for China to bring back the hard assets of the world that are being financed by US dollar, Eurodollar system and backstopped by the Fed. And I guess I would ask Mike, how on earth does that make sense for the long-term United States? And what I know is there have been, and the numbers are growing, the number of people in the defense establishment, in the intelligence establishment are saying it doesn't make sense. It hasn't made sense for a long time. And so I would say, as it relates to Bitcoin, I think that there are a lot of people in the US, in Washington, in the defense and intelligence establishments that want Bitcoin going a lot higher too, for exactly the reasons you say, which is it's going to break this post-$71 system. And when it does, yeah, the dollar is going to fall, but this counterintuitive relationship where we backstop the Chinese LBO of the world and defend the supply chains while they do so, begins to make more strategic sense than it does now. Because right now it makes absolutely no sense.